Welcome back, MVP. This is the very special Super 8 spoiler-filled review, so only watch this if you have seen the movie. And we have a very special guest with us, one of the very few guest reviewers on the Mutantville Players Club. We've got one of my friends, colleague. He is a doctor of horror in his own right, Mr. J.H. Reaper from the IMDb Horror Board.
How's it going?
What's up?
Not much.
So
what are you guys doing out there?
We just came out from watching Super 8. What'd you think?
I thought it was really good. I didn't have that high of hopes about it because I think I've just lowered my expectations down all year based on a lot of movies that disappointed me, but I really enjoyed it. It was a really good movie.
I was blown away by it. I had no expectations because, like we were saying beforehand, I'd actually just watched the trailer.
Yeah.
Only watched the trailer today. I've seen the edges of the hype with everyone talking about it, and I was excited because Abrams and Spielberg are involved. But you know, no expectations. But yeah, it blew me away. But I got a feel of Close Encounters of the Third Kind, a little bit of Goonies, a little bit of E.T.
Yeah, it definitely felt like Goonies and E.T. and
had the kids on the adventure. And how wicked was that one kill scene? This is a spoiler discussion. So when the monster reaches in the van and it grabs the one guy and it's like smashing him around, right?
In the bus.
Yeah, and then it pulls him out, and then the other kid like pukes, and you're like,
that was
what?
like The Exorcist.
Yeah.
I just remember going, what? That was like Linda Blair being channeled right to that kid. That was awesome.
That was wicked because that was a really surprising just kill sequence, and then the look of the monster was really cool. This actually could almost be like a prequel to Cloverfield.
Yeah,
you know?
it reminded me of Cloverfield, like the beginning when you don't see it and you just see it come into the building and just start tearing stuff apart, but you never really see it. And then later it looks kind of like a small version of the Cloverfield monster.
Yeah, it really
does. Which is
does.
another movie that I love, so I was happy with that.
Yeah, this actually kicks the shit out of Cloverfield.
Yeah,
I think, but
and doesn't give you as much of a headache.
Yeah,
the shaky camera work.
Yeah, because there's really gorgeous cinematography in it, and just the acting is phenomenal, and the story was great. I mean, I was really sucked into the adventure of these little kids. It felt like Stand By Me. You know how you had the camaraderie of the kids, and that one kid looked like one of the goofy kids from the Bad News Bears or something. A little blonde-headed kid with the mouth and the braces. He was just hilarious.
And you felt like you could relate to all the kids, and you felt like you were on the journey with them. I mean, that one scene where the girl and the other kid are watching the film of his mother that had passed away, it got me all emotional. I mean, you know, that was a good scene. They are really good actors.
I agree, and in the bit where he had the little locket at the end, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I felt a little tear well up. It didn't come down though. It's not Rocky,
but it
was pretty good though.
Don't lie.
What'd you think about the horror elements? I mean, we had a Monster-rama, monster on the loose. I love how they kept it in the shadows. It had a great design. It had a little bit of alien feel to it. It was also just very organic, you know.
Definitely,
if
you're a fan of sci-fi or a fan of horror, you're a fan of alien movies, monster movies, I think you're going to love it because it combines so many elements of all of them, and it has a lot of good action to go with a good story. The train exploding, that one scene had more explosion action going on than the entire Expendables movie combined, which, you know, that movie had explosions that exploded, so.
That was pretty crazy. So what do you think of my rating of 9 out of 10 for Super 8? What do you think
that's what I would rate it. A Super 9 out of 10 for Super 8. I definitely thought it was a good movie.
What was your favorite part?
I would say my favorite part was actually the scene where the little girl and the boy were watching the movie together, because it just seemed so emotional and just really got into it.
My favorite kill was apparently the one where the guy got grabbed and the puke. That was pretty bad. My favorite image though was when they found the lair and they go into the little cavern and the bodies are hanging around. You know,
that kind of reminded me of Killer Clowns from Outer Space, where they're hanging from the clowns take all their victims and they wrap them up in cotton candy and they're all hanging kind of like in that scene. So I think you would like that.
Sweet. Well, it's very cool. I enjoyed it. I always like it when we have a horror film that can appeal to both horror fans and non-horror fans.
Cross some genres.
Yeah, it'll cross genres. It'll bring in a mainstream audience and just give horror a bump in the arm. And I didn't have a problem with it being rated PG-13. I mean, I was just so engrossed by the characters and the story and everything. everything. So I just had a blast with it. So hopefully you did too. This is the spoiler discussion. So give us your thoughts. Let us know what you thought. Did you enjoy it? What was your favorite part? Was there anything you hated? What movies did it remind you of?
And stick around for the bonus movie at the end.
Yes, the bonus movie at the end. Yeah,
it was the movie that the little kids were filming throughout the entire movie. They actually show it at the end during the credits.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And something I thought was so funny was because in the movie they're when they see the train wreck about to happen, the director kid is like, hurry and get the camera set. I totally identified with that because you're always seeing something when you're out on location and you're like, turn the camera this way.
You got to make use of anything that happens that you can make use of. That.
And then when they played the movie back, the footage they shot is just a close-up, so you can't even see the train behind.
It's just smoke and
it's hilarious.
And the model train blowing up and the kid throwing it, and I love that.
Yeah, the kid movie at the end was that
was awesome.
Was worth the price.
And I loved all the horror.
Everything was cool.
The throwbacks to all the horror. They had the Dawn of the Dead poster.
Yeah, homages in it. They had Dawn of the Dead. They had a Halloween poster.
Creature from the Black Lagoon statue on the kids' shelf.
Model kits. They had the Invisible Man. They had Phantom of the Opera.
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, it wasn't Phantom. It was Hunchback. But yeah. So,
and they had the Romero Chemical in the short film at the end. That was really good.
A lot of good homages. So we enjoyed it. StreboMutantVille.com. Find me there. J.H. Reaper. You can find him on the IMDb horror board. And we'll see you next time. Peace.